She went. I'm going to go ahead and give Linda time to talk about the project she's working on with the Greensburg Rotary Club. So Linda, if you'd like to come on up, and everybody just keep on eating in the meantime.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you for having me. Ordinarily, I don't even need a microphone because I have such a big mouth, but lucky for you all, I'm just recovering from laryngitis. So I'm going to make this quick. I just need a few minutes. The Greensburg Rotary is putting on a Christmas Rotary Christmas auction November the 6th, and it's to benefit the Angel Tree kids of Greene County. You may or may not know this, but in Greene County, we really don't have too much out there. So we come to Campbellsville a lot to do our shopping and our business and our doctor's appointments or whatever. So just a little bit about the auction. It's on Sunday afternoon, November the 6th. It's on the radio, and I'm so sorry, I forgot which radio station it is, but it's on the radio from, I think, like noon. That might be slow time.
Sure, you're okay.
K Country, I believe you're right. Okay, thank you. It took Campbellsville Rotary to tell me that. But, and it's on all afternoon on Sunday. We're also doing Facebook Live. Each year we're trying to get up with the technology. We currently have an online auction, and that is on our Greensburg Rotary website for our online auction that started just Monday. Also, all the money that we make from this auction, all of our donations, our items that are donated, all the money that we make goes directly to the Angel Tree program. So once we know how much money we have, we figure out how many kids we can get from the school system. So we get our list of names, not names, they're numbers. Of course, we can't have names. And we personally, the Rotarians personally do the shopping. In the past, I think we've just given money back to the school system and we never really knew where it went. But now we personally do the Christmas shopping. You all, if you have ever shopped, if you've ever had an Angel Tree kid, it's so eye-opening. It's amazing what some of these kids will ask for. Of course, they want their toys, they want their baby dolls, they want their clothes, you know, whatever they want. Some people ask for blankets, or shampoo, or soap. I mean, it's really, really, really sad. So, of course, you know why I'm here. So I am asking for donations from perhaps the Campbellsville Rotary, from each of you individually. It can be an item for us to put up for auction, either a personal item, something from your business. And of course, we don't turn money away either. You know, so if you want to write a check today, if you want to make a donation using a credit card or a debit card, you can go to the Greensburg Rotary website, which I should have been prepared. I should have known. I think it's just greensburgrotary.com, but you have to be careful because I think there's like a Greensburg, Pennsylvania. And there's a button there where you can donate now. So that's all I have to say. Does anybody have any questions about the auction, about the Greensburg Rotary or anything?
Greensburg Rotary Club.
Thank you so much. Greensburg Rotary.com. Well,
I remember.
oh, good question. Man, I should have been prepared for this kind of stuff.
42.
How many?
42.
I was going to say somewhere in the 30s or 40s. Yeah. We probably have a good maybe 20 or so attendants every week, probably about the same size as you all right now. Any other questions? Would appreciate any kind of donation. No donation is too small, of course. I mean, $1, $5, $100. I mean, just, whatever, or a donation to, for us to put up for auction. We would appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
I have offered voted for you, Linda, to do that. Besides the fact that she wanted to do that, I wanted you all to see that other Rotarians, they get out and get involved in the fundraising process. And we were just having a conversation here about kind of where we're going with fundraising. So it has to be a group effort. And Linda never fails every year to call and harass me for a donation to their auction. And generally, I always walk on and wind up buying something to support it as well. So you're on Facebook, check out their Facebook page. They usually have a lot of nice items, affordable items coming into Christmas. A lot of things you can probably use. And Linda, you're still doing interior? Yeah. So Linda's also an interior space designer and will help you with some things like that. She was very involved in when we built Living Grace Church, and she helped us decorate the inside of that. So thank you for being here, Linda. Our speaker today is Conlee Pendleton. And hang on a minute, I've got notes somewhere. He is a Campbellsville resident, graduated from Campbellsville High School, and also a graduate of the National Auto Diesel College in Nashville. So he is married and has 2 kids, and he has his own auto repair business that he runs. But he also is one of the organizers and founders of a couple of nonprofit organizations here, and that's what he's going to be talking about today. One is Crucified, which is a Christian band that kind of does rock, southern rock, country, just kind of that kind of thing, but all from a Christian perspective. And also, probably what he's going to talk about more today is called Ground Zero. It's a facility for young people to be able to come and hang out in a drug-free environment as adults. They're kind of supervising, making sure everybody's behaving, but they can play games, arcade games, just hang out. And so he's going to come and talk about that. Mr. Pendleton, the floor is all yours.
First of all, just thank y'all for having me. This is all kind of new to me here. So, like you said, I was born and raised here. I'll kind of give you a little backstory of why I do what I do here in town. So I was born and raised here. I led a career there to the auto mechanics field. Well, later in the auto mechanics field, I ended up getting hurt pretty bad under a car. Okay. I got put on prescription drugs. It was Oxycontin at the time. They just put you on that. We ended up getting hooked on Oxycontin early in life. Just a quick spiral that led into several years, 15 plus years doing meth, heroin, you name it, I done it. Lived on the street in Louisville, been homeless, lost every tooth in my head from it. I'm proud to say that. Got down to 130 pounds. 3 years ago, I about died off of it. I got threw out of a car through a barbed wire fence and was left for dead. I'm a good buddy of mine at the time, right? Another story. So that's where my heart's at. That's where I come from. That's kind of why I'm doing what I do today. I see the kids in this town failing from the same thing I got hooked on. It's not one individual's fault, but we are all at fault for not giving them something to do. I was born and raised here. Past couple of years, we take more things away from them than we put back. And I'm here to change that course. I didn't come here to get permission. I didn't come here to get anybody's vote. I did come here to try to unite people together, because I'm going to do it with or without nobody's help. That's just the way I'm wired. I usually don't fit into crowds like this. I'll be honest, I'm from a kind of a poor upbringing. I work for everything I get. I build what I need to build, and I see it through. The Ground Zero place he's talking about is right down the road on Old Greensburg Road. Most people know from the Duck Pond and the old training center. There's really nothing else down that road. In and Out Autos kind of down there. That's about the only business. Been down there about a year now. I had this vision. God spoke to me after I started getting clean and off the drugs. And I'm three years sober now, just so you know. So I don't mess with that anymore. But God spoke to me louder than ever when I was going through the rehab process and all that, working on myself. He's like, I truly believe He saved me to come back to this town, because I didn't want to come back to this town. I still know where every drug dealer is in there. I can take you to them. I can take you to every house. I can take you to every place that's doing it right now. That's just how well connected I was and how many years I spent. I don't say that bragging, but now I believe God saved me to just change that course in the town, you know. More people getting wise on this stuff, and we're doing more, but the kids are still left in the dry. You know, mom and dad might be off getting fixed or something like that, but we're not really picking the kids back up. And that's kind of what it is down the road here. I want to give them a safe place, drug-free, alcohol-free, because there's not too many places in town that, if you can, name five. I always challenge everybody, you know, name one that you can actually take your kid this evening indoor that don't serve drugs or alcohol. There's probably not one, honestly, that they can go have fun. And I think as a Bible Belt town, as a Christian town, we're falling short. We've all fallen short, you know. I think it's in Matthew, it says the greatest of the kingdom are the children. You know, and I'm here to give them a voice. You know, everybody's like, oh, it's the kids' fault. No, it's the grown-ups' fault. We set the path for them. We're supposed to build them up, give them something to do. And that's what we're changing. I don't have a lot of money. I don't even have a lot of time anymore. I stay busy working on cars and doing that. But every free day I get, I'm down at Ground Zero three nights a week. Wednesday night, I open it up to the Hill place. We do meetings down there. We've already had 10 salvations this year, just to put it in perspective. We've had churches wanting to get involved and do stuff like that. We've had a couple, you know, helping out with rent, stuff like that. So it's been a real blessing. And Ayla, she's not here.
She's on Zoom.
Is she on there? Yeah, she says she will be. Bless her heart. I got to know her. She's just been tugging me through these meetings and stuff like this. And I love her heart. And I think we share that same thing, as helping people. And so Wednesday night, we're down there doing that for a couple hours. Friday and Saturday, it's open to the public, 5 to 10. I like to do it every day, but I can't get it every day. So it's usually me or my brother. He couldn't be here to actually open it up. It's just a game room. It's kind of like an old school game room. It's got the pool table. It's got the air hockey, the ping pong. It's got like 7 or 8 full-size arcades, some little one-up arcades, they call it, smaller size. But there's something for everything, for everybody to do there. Even if your kid's autistic or something like that, there's sensory stuff, you know, because I dealt with kids like that. And my wife, that's actually what she does for Taylor County School. She works with all that. So she knows exactly how. So it's not limited to anybody. And we're pretty strict with the kids. I call them out on the BS. I call them out for bullying. I call them out on anything. I'll ban them quick. And luckily, I haven't had to do that. They straighten up pretty quick. But the biggest issue in town right now, I think, is getting the word out. I need some help with that. Is letting them know, because there's been a couple things like this try to happen over the years. You know, between the club we had before, other things like that, and I think everybody had good intentions starting things like that, but the motive changed really quick. And I'm just here to tell you, my heart's not going to waver. I'm not going to let any of that. I just want people to know their kids are safe when they come down there. You know, and eventually I like to get it where it was free to anybody, but right now I'm trying to keep the doors open. So I'm trying to be smart about it. And when I was doing it for free, I was babysitting one of the kids. So, you know, they was trying to drop them off and stuff like that. So they kind of avoided that. And Crucified, I won't talk much about that, but that's kind of what it started on. Music's always been my passion. Dad was a drummer. And I just grew up through the music scene, and music speaks to everybody, you know, and we use that also as a platform, not to build us up or anything, but actually, you know, to connect with somebody. And that's been working great too. That's kind of where we're at. Does anybody really got any questions?
Clarify your location. Are you in the old training center or are you in the building?
No, it's 285 old. I think it's an old UPS building. Is actually what it is. It's there's going to be In and Out Auto on one side. It's all one connected building.
Right.
So In and Out Auto, we're in the middle. There's a box.
Yeah.
So all
About how many square feet?
2,400 square foot, so 60 by 40, so it's pretty good size, yeah. Yes,
How
sir.
many guys from the heating place, 10?
60 to 70, but now they're only staff, they just got one kicked out, so I think they're going 50 something in the whole place now. So it can range from 20 to that. And some of them, you start speaking about God a little bit, they kind of run.
Do you have a special program for them or?
I don't, when we started, a lot of it comes from the heart, what I've been through. I talk to them like real people. I don't necessarily work the 12 steps like a lot of them do. I believe in the 12 steps and all that, but I also believe in, you know, the first step is usually up here, you gotta check the way to think. And I talk to them real, give them real advice, and I call them out on it too.
I go to the heating place quite often to get volunteers to get, maintain their trail.
Yes, sir.
And,
Yeah,
I've had good luck with them.
oh, yeah, I've got to know a handful of them that has left and doing good, and they're not bad people, you know, they're just lost. A lot of them are, a lot of them just haven't failed hard enough yet. And, you know, a lot of them just gotta let fall. That's what happened in my own life. That's kind of what the building is. I want to change this course of life for the kids. You know? Let them know like somebody cares, somebody loves them, you know, and somebody's there. They need to talk. It's much more than just a building. We get to know them. Actually get to know these kids. All right, if they are struggling, I'll hook up with Ayla and other people, and we'll get the things they need. You know, like, we got a couple beds we're taking to some kids tonight. You know, and this whole thing started on the street. So Sunday after church, whatever. Usually we run a Sunday raft, we call it. This is kind of what started this whole thing. And I had the idea, be in the hands of feet of Jesus. I know you always hear, you know, putting boots to the ground, I call it. You know, we need more boots on the ground. So I know all the projects pretty good around here, you know, Anacor, Lake Drive, all that. So I was like, we're gonna go over and see them kids on Sunday. Because a lot of them don't make it inside the church doors, you know, mom and dad ain't got a car. So we got this old crappy SUV, we painted it up. I mean, it's horrible. If you see it going down the road, you know, it has shocks in it. It's so rusted out. Like, so, but it gets us point A, point B, and we stuck a big old deep freezer in the back. And I was like, I'm gonna put some popsicles in there, and we're just gonna go around and see these kids. So you imagine you got 4 bearded guys trying to have popsicles and kids. So, and a couple of them like, hey, come here, kid, come here, I'll give you a popsicle. They're running. So eventually we got Daniel Cook involved, and he took us around with his little lights on. He was kind of at the start of this with us, and I was like, man, he's right ahead of us, and kind of let them know we're good people. But now these kids will come running. They come running. We've been doing that consistently. It started out as popsicles, now it's giving them drinks, it's giving them cookies. We a lot of people donate to that, and I always encourage anybody to ride along because your eyes will be open. Like you talk about the angel tree. A lot of these people, man, they just want love. The number one thing. And I was talking to Alex while ago. I was like, that's the number one thing these kids want out here. You know what they want? They want somebody to play with them. Someone who gives them their time. And you know, that's what we're trying to create down here. And just give them a building that they can call theirs. You know, keep the adults and stuff out of it much as I can. You know, if they got ideas, let them go with it. You know, that's the future. That's our future. But that's where my heart's at for this town, and I'm wanting to do more and more, but of course I'm limited to what I got. You know, 3 years ago I didn't have a bank account, so here I am talking to y'all. I think I got 4 or 5 accounts now. You know, so it's what God can do with you in a small amount of time. It's just awesome.
What's your target audience? Ages?
Mainly, honestly, it's probably the underprivileged. You know, because I mean, anybody's welcome.
But did you hit an age group?
No. I mean, as long as they're out of diapers, I guess you say, you know, up to teenagers, you know, so now we don't turn around because like I said, there's something for everybody. It's a big open area, run and play, you know, play games, and we play with them. You know, we just don't get in there and sit behind the counter, watch them like a hobby. We get in there and do stuff with them, you know, and, always open for ideas. Like I said, it's a place they can call theirs. I think
What's your biggest need?
biggest need right now, it's been tough financially. And I'm not gonna ask for money, and I'm not gonna ask for money. So, but I'm not gonna let this fail either, so I gotta put my pride aside on a lot of that, you know, but it's been tight, but I'm making it work, you know. The college, they was you're involved with college. That was nice a little bit. Well, I knew Otto, I don't know you personally. the auto was nice enough to put that sign up. And that was a blessing. That was a big blessing. So yeah, the way God's just using the whole town to make something happen like that, it's awesome. I just want to see it continue to grow, to actually grow out of that building and have a big fun place, almost like just a big fun center that's just theirs, a place they can come, feel safe. I think we can do it. It's so easy, if I can do that out of a little money I make, I know we can do a lot more. So I'm just here to encourage everybody to either get involved with me if you don't want to donate anything, to give me some ideas or ride with me, talk with me, because, I'm kind of dumb on a lot of stuff. I still don't know what the Rotary Club's all about, so I'm just here to share my heart with you, let these kids know we actually care, because to be a Christian town, we got to do more with these kids, we got to. And I firmly believe if we change the course of that, you'll see drugs and stuff like that fade away. You will. I guarantee it. I guarantee you.
So first of all, thanks for what you're doing. Second, congratulations on the 3 years.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
incredible. Third thing, you said something, I believe you're right, but I'd love to hear more detail on what you see, what your perspective is. You said we take away more from the kid.
Mhm.
What do we take away?
Right. Full action. What we replace that? Splash pad. How many kids I used to see at that pool? When I first started my popsicle route, because usually it was seeing run, a younger group. Man, that was one of the few things kids actually had to do. When I first got in there, the skate park. A lot of people don't know we got a skate park in the park. They had no ramps on there. Every ramp down there is where the kids are about. And I know the course of that because I went to the city with this and they're like, good job. We don't care. Just stuff like that, improving the same things we already got. They got a concrete pad. It's got these sketchy little plastic ramps on it. If it could get hurt for them, why don't we put them some nice concrete ramps so you can't tear up or steel or something like that. It's already existing pad. It's not going to take much to improve things like that. And that's the few things I'm talking about, like taking away stuff. And when something does, like the part tears up, I ain't really fixing it. Once I tell the kids, when something's broken, so mom go do something else. Because they will be responsible for it. And people's always worried about how they're gonna tear it up. Put cameras in. Put a camera on every pole apart. It's not the kids' fault. It was probably a road group of kids back in the day. I think there was wooden ramps there years ago when they first built that, and the kid went through there smashing hammers through it, and they haven't put nothing back for 6, 7 years now. I don't know. It's just stuff like that, because even when I went to the council, they didn't even know we had it. It's just little things like that we can improve on. The armory, that's another. My uncle used to run that when I was a little kid. It was for the underprivileged kids would always come there, from Martin Luther King and stuff like that. The last time I checked, it was rented out to the volleyball team, I think. It's actually already got probably a place to play volleyball, I'm guessing, but it's just things like that. It's actually a community building originally. And now they have no basketball court, it's a church opens the court. It's actually open to the public. Just little things like that I'm talking about, like keep taking away. And yes, sir.
I know you made the statement about all the places that either are selling or contributing to the road kids. How do you feel, and what is your suggestion, is getting to these people that are selling this stuff? This is where we've got to get it. We've got to stop the person that's selling it to the kids.
We're actually to the seller itself there.
Do you have a suggestion? I mean, these are the things that, you have to, I know you have to catch them doing it before you can do anything, but how do you get to them personally to say, hey, look what you're doing to our city?
A lot of it we know already. We know a lot of the people that do volunteer town. But I can give you one example right now. There's been a dealer out in my neck of the woods for 6, 7 years. Steadily dealing drugs. They know about it. But they're not gonna do nothing with you. It's kind of like, when I went out to Oklahoma for a while, you know what they do when they find out something like that on the tracks and stuff? They actually go to that person, the community rises up against that one person, because, you know, everybody thinks it's the law job and all that, powers of people, but all the point officials and all that, powers of people, you know, they're all appointed by people. But it's just like things like that, like, oh, I ain't gonna do all the paperwork, because this is gonna be like that. It's just kind of some loopholes in the law instead of, you know. As far as the one thing you can say to anybody, no, there's probably not. But I think we can all unite more as say, you know, what's going on in your neighborhood. Or say something. Don't be scared of it. You know, and that's exactly what I did tonight. You know, a couple weeks later, he ended up getting on out there. 7 years I watched it. You know, because he could be domestic calls or be this calls. And everybody knew he was right out of that what kind of place it is. I mean, it's just if we truly want to get rid of it, it's a lot more I think we can do personally, you know, without even the law. You know, it's not about racking on people and all that kind of stuff anymore. It's about, do you truly want them out of this town or not? You know, if you do, you push them, you push them, you push them, you lean on them, you press them, you press them. And, you know, most of them dealers don't want that hassle. They're going to go somewhere else. They might go next town over, but
Well, the sad thing is, you know, it's in everybody's family
it is.
or somebody close to our
Yeah.
families.
Yeah.
And we as citizens, that's why we need people like you that's doing the work and showing these young people or even maybe middle-aged people that there is somebody that loves them.
And that's it. That's the word of it. Because there's one true thing. I think even if you read the whole Bible and all that, there's one true thing that can fix any situation. And that's love. Instead of knocking them down, kicking them down, you know, over and help them. Even though if you know they're strung out, I'll still go over and help them. I just know not to help them with certain things. I'm not gonna give you money, stuff like that, but you know, I'll help you. And it's not about giving up on people, you know, because if I did, I wouldn't be here, for one. I would not be here. You know, because I was that one to walk by right now, y'all wouldn't let me in. You know, I would go out. No, but I just see the town. I mean, it's progressively got worse over the years here. Of course, some of you know, meth and all this crazy stuff. We just got to find new ways to reach them, you know, these kids. And that's what my big focus is, you know, with the kids. So, but I encourage everybody to step up. Honestly,
What are the main drugs that the kids are using?
fentanyl is a big one now because you can mix it with anything. You know, I can hand you Tylenol with fentanyl, but you not know it. And one time, it's kind of not like back in your day, and even my day, it's like what you could do. You can almost have a long-term effect with cocaine and all that. Do it for years, be fine, right? Now it's almost a one and done thing. It's laced so potent that, you know, that's why it's so big, you know, for that first time, you know, your kid can take that one pill. That's it. There's, you know, why they're doing it, it's just, you know, why they want to just kill somebody, you know, get you to answer on that. But it's making these kids aware of it, you know, because I mean, it's on everything, you know, dollar bills anymore. I know that was something going around for a while. It's putting dollar bills on it up, pick it up, you know, get it on your hands, and it might be out. And some cops, they're so powerful, they blow their face and pass out. It's just people used to that kind of stuff. So, but I think as a town, you know, just uniting on a common thing, just giving them one place. That's a lot. Give them one place. Give them one place they never had around here.
Do you think that drugs is creating the problem for the mental problems that we're having?
Yes, absolutely. When I was on drugs, I had 15 mental problems, diagnosed by doctors. I was schizophrenic, I was this, I was depressed, I had an anxiety disorder, and all this legally I could take anything, you know. Now, I don't have no problems. But you start thinking, well, your mind can control all kinds of stuff in the drugs. Like, it took me a couple months actually, physically, you know, mentally, I guess, to say this to get it right. You know, there. And, yeah, it's created a lot of issues. It's having issues. They don't have the thing that they don't. But yeah, so I guess that's it, guys. That's all I got. I'm just trying to do something in this little town. Yes, sir.
Somebody want to give you a check, how should the check be made out?
You can make it out to Crucified, or you can make it out to me personally.
Okay.
I'll take cash too. But thank y'all for having me. Like I said, if anybody's got any ideas, or I just want these kids to have a place. I think we all want that deep down, but that's something why we can't do it, you know.
Does anybody have any other questions? Pretty much too quick. Okay, thank you very much for coming. We're looking forward to you getting more involved in Rotary as well. Let's see, so we went over our speakers again next week, it's Club Day, and then the 9th is Ashley Payne with Green River Stables.
Let's see if I had, what else I have that we need to talk about today. We need to get somebody on schedule for president nominee behind Jason England. So if anybody has an interest in getting involved and maybe even just learning more about that, get with me. We would love to talk about that. Debbie is still working on the project at the park for doing some landscaping. John is still researching the disc golf situation. Not heard back from the Tim Horton camp about our Christmas party. We have 3 calls into them. So if anybody has a contact there that can help me out, let me know. I talked to him one time. Look at everybody.
Everybody's looking at me like I tried.
Yeah, he did. I talked to him one time. They were going to check and call me back the next day, and I hadn't heard anything. I've got 3 more calls in since then. So we'll give up on that if we don't have an answer pretty quick, just so we can get a someplace nailed down. Anybody have anything else for today?
Alan,
Yes, sir.
our table discussed, we made a motion that cater today, but cater every week.
Well, there's enough left for you to take some home with you, so everybody fill your pockets up, because we got to do something with it. But yeah, it was very good. So if anybody's involved with Campbellsville High School, think.
What is the day of giving?
We haven't nailed that down. We need to, I was hoping John Burton would be here and we could get that nailed down, but I'll reach out to him and we'll try to get that kind of squared away.
In November though, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it'll be probably around the middle of November. We got to get that on the calendar for sure.
Okay.
The food was good today.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent. Anybody else have anything? If not, we'll stand and close with a 4-way chest. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Linda, good to have you, and Nella as a guest. Thank you for being here. Come back anytime.